What's up? Cheers, Monday's here. Grab your chemical beverage of choice. So I did it. Excuse me. I deleted Reddit. Why did I delete Reddit? Fuck, Reddit's a good app. I deleted Reddit because I kept on getting bombarded by posts around Ukraine and Russia. And don't get me wrong, I think what's going on, if there's war anywhere around the world, in the Middle East or, God, there's been war going on this planet seems like indefinitely, and chance of it slowing down, knowing how frail humans are, is probably slim to none. I just noticed that there's a part of me that was like, oh, I was like impulsively engaging with the content, and I was like, oh, I was getting caught up in, propaganda pieces or like, burning buildings and hospital pieces, pulling on my heart and anger strings, and I felt myself getting to a place where I was just like so pulled in and I was just exhausted, and it's like, my God, like this has been on for like a month now, and it's so time consuming. It's not only that it consumed my time when I was on the app for, say, I don't know, 20 minutes at a time or 5 minutes, or I don't even know. But it lingers with you, right? They're all like thought seeds. And that was something that was brought to my attention early on as being the gatekeeper of your mind and what you allow to be tossed into your psyche, unfortunately is my responsibility. And if I'm not willing to be at a place of being the gatekeeper of my psyche, my mind, I need to be at a place of being willing to be a really good weeder. Because there's going to be a lot of thought weeds that need to be ripped out of my mental garden. It's just think about marketing, right? Think about ads. Think about songs that get stuck in your head. Think how hard it is to get rid of those things. And just like your environment is a really powerful, impact on your life and an influence on your life, so is what you read and mentally digest and consume. And so for me, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm fully invested into something that I have little control over, other than becoming a keyboard warrior, or, sending money to somebody, or, I was like, it just made me feel fucking hopeless and powerless, and I don't want to see people struggling or in pain. So, like, what are the alternatives? Do I go through and hide all the different genres? I tried that. Guess what? They popped up in other subreddits. And for me, I just don't have the mental space to be pissing away on garbage in my brain. Like, on a good day, my mental health is average, right? So for me, I always had to double down on these little tools that I found to be helpful. I stopped reading the newspaper and watching the news on television years ago. It didn't empower me. It didn't make me feel good. It didn't inspire me. It was just always dramatic and full of pieces that left me feeling angry or emotional, and often I had little control over, right? And that's not a good feeling like hopeless and helpless. So I had to remove myself from that. I'm not saying that I don't have any weird vices in life. ate like 10 pieces of Twizzlers licorice and I'm drinking a can of Diet Coke, right? We all have these flaws in our makeup and imperfections and the way we look at things and deal with things emotionally. But for me, I have to remove myself when I see myself being more emotionally involved and reactive in something that I can't take action on. So, yeah, I don't know. I was I was listening, I think, to a Duncan Trussell podcast, and he was talking to I don't know, some historian guy. Was it Daniel Bello or something? Anyways, I didn't really like the podcast, but something I could really relate with Duncan was when he was talking about the idea of being like so invested emotionally into a war going on the other side of the world, you know, and it having direct impact on his life and the relationships he had here. And, you know, and I was like, shit, that's totally happening to me too. It's like, I can only digest and process at the end of the day a certain amount of negativity. And if I don't clear my psyche of that, and it can, you know, sooner or later become like this buildup of residue in my mind that poisons my thoughts, right? So, yeah, I think that's one of the blessings about recovery is like the people who are disciplined enough to do your daily inventories. That's something I've failed significantly on over the years, but is a really effective tool to see where you're at when it comes to what's affecting you and impacting your well-being. So anyhow, I deleted Reddit.